Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to another Jets Media live stream. We got the Jets reporting to One Jets Drive for a voluntary workout. Some things are happening in the offseason. We have 10 days until the NFL draft. So in today's live stream, we're going to be breaking down the NFL draft, the latest news and reports coming out of One Jets Drive, anything that we're hearing about the Aaron Rodgers situation. There's going to be a lot of fun things that we're going to be breaking down in today's live stream. So if you guys are just tuning in for the first time, do your boy a solid favor. Hit that thumbs up button. Really do appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in to Jets Media. With that being said, let's get further into the stream. Shout out to everybody in the live chat right now, whether you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on Twitter. I greatly appreciate you tuning in to Jets Media. So, first thing we got to talk about is Quinnen Williams not reporting to the voluntary workout today because he is looking for a new contract. This is not something I did not expect. I think that Quinnen Williams is going to hold out until he is going to be extended by the New York Jets. We actually saw Jalen Hurts break the market. He gets a new contract by the Philadelphia Eagles, making him the highest paid player in NFL history. And the reason why that is interesting news is because Jalen Hurts is represented by the same agent of Nicole Lynn of Clutch Sports as Quinnen Williams. So Nicole just got her client paid as the highest paid player in NFL history as Jalen Hurts. So now you know that she's going to try to do something similar for Quinnen Williams. We saw a report over the weekend from ESPN's Rich Cimini saying that the Quinnen Williams is looking for around $23 to $25 million per year, which I think is reasonable for Quinnen Williams. That would make him the second highest paid interior defensive lineman in the entire NFL. I think he's worth it. First team All-Pro, only getting better and better. He is the heart and soul of that defensive line. So I don't think that we should read too much into this. It's just a matter of the Jets prioritizing finishing the Aaron Rodgers trade and focusing in on the NFL draft. And they're going to figure out the Quinnen Williams situation probably after the NFL draft, if I have to guess, simply because there's a lot of things that they're working through. And we heard from Joe Douglas himself that he's had a lot of positive discussions with Quinnen Williams and his agent about a contract extension. So if I'm you, I would not freak out about this. I would not worry about the Jets extending Quinnen Williams or not. I personally am very optimistic that it's going to get done. He's going to get paid, and he will be a Jet for a long time. You saw the Jets re-sign his brother, Quincy Williams, which I think was the first step to make sure that Quinnen Williams is inked up long-term. Because if we let Quincy Williams walk and we did not take care of his brother, then I would feel a little differently about the Jets with Quinnen Williams, just because that sends a message to Quinnen. Like, we're going to take care of your family. We're going to take care of your brother. Now it's time to get Quinnen Williams paid, baby. Let's go. Let's go. So I think that's going to be the contract. Again, around $23 to $25 million per year, around $100 million contract, between $90 and $100 million. I don't know how much guaranteed money is going to be involved. I can see it be a 4-year extension, and hopefully it gets done by training camp. That's really what it comes down to. So other news around the NFL, we see that the Jets are reporting to One Jets Drive. We see Breece Hall at One Jets Drive and Elijah Vera Tucker. You know that those are the thumbnails of this live stream, simply because we know that Breece Hall and AVT are coming off season-ending injuries, and we need both of those fellas back at 100% and playing big-time football, because they were both arguably the best players on the damn team last year, and they both go down in the same game against the Denver Broncos. Breece Hall and Elijah Vera Tucker were the keys to the Jets last season, and they both missed the rest of the year. So getting Breece Hall back, and according to Robert Saleh, his ACL looks amazing, and he is expected to be ready for week 1. That is unbelievable. I don't know for sure. I don't want to get my expectations too high for Breece Hall, just in terms of his returning. But the fact that things are going in the right direction with his ACL recovery is a great sign. Elijah Vera Tucker, he tore his tricep. He is going to be set to return. He should be ready to go for training camp. That's going to be a big-time addition to the offensive line. That's why I need to remind people. I know that the offensive line seems to be such a big weakness for this Jets team, but people forget the reason why the offensive line wasn't so good last year, because of the injury injuries. Alijah Vera-Tucker is one of the better versatile young offensive linemen in the entire NFL. He was on his way to have an all-pro Pro Bowl season before he gets injured. Mekhi Becton is obviously a big wild card. He is in phenomenal shape. If he can be that tackle and play all 17 games next year, those two players are going to be big time for the offensive line. And if the Jets want to add another rookie at 13, then this offensive line is really looking good. The big hole on O-line that we all know is center and offensive tackle depth. Outside of that, I think that we're in pretty good shape at that offensive line position. So guys, if you're just tuning into the show for the first time, do your boy a solid favor. Please hit that like button. If you're just tuning in for the first time, we greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys. Oh, we got an echo, but we're good. We got 28 likes already. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys. Who's in the chat right now? We got John in the chat. All my Knicks fans, my friend John is joining me on Knicks Media later today at 4 o'clock. We're going to be breaking down the Knicks, baby. Let's go. I'm excited for that. Weed the people. What up, man? Alan Lazard, new number is 10. Yeah, I just posted it on Twitter. Alan Lazard posted on his Instagram story a picture of his locker, and it's a picture of number 10. So maybe Alan Lazard's rocking Braxton Berrios' number. Maybe Garrett Wilson switches to number 5. I think that's probably what's going to happen. Alan Lazard wore number 5 in college, so the fact that he's not taking 5, that tells me that Garrett Wilson's changing to 5. I really think he is. G5, that's going to be pretty damn fresh. Noah, what's up, my friend? Appreciate you tuning in. Mitt Flair's in the house. Woo! Christian Watson always tuning into Jets Media. Appreciate that. Hawk is in the house. Brandon, Rich as always. Let's go, baby. The NFL draft is right around the corner, and I cannot be more excited for it. Now, I want to announce something to you guys right now. Today is a special live stream for Jets Media because it is the first official stream that we have a brand new sponsor for Jets Media, and I'm so happy to announce this new sponsor. It is a phenomenal product, and it is Monta Sleep, baby. Yes, you heard it here first. Monta Sleep is the proud sponsor of Jets Media. Now, you might be wondering, what is Monta Sleep, Richie? What even is that? Yes, it's a sleep mask, and it is the best sleep mask on the market. This is their pro sleep mask that I got, and I never used sleep masks probably in my entire life, to be honest, and then I got sent this, and I cannot sleep without it. This gives you 100% blackout. You put it on, and you literally cannot see anything, and it just absolutely gives you nothing but pure darkness. And also, it is freaking so comfortable. It has an adjustable size C-cup eyelids. And I know you might be thinking, Richie, why are we talking about sleep masks? This sleep mask has changed my life. When I went on that trip last weekend to Mexico, you guys remember that? I wore this on the plane. I was sleeping. I was connecting to REM sleep, and I cannot be more excited to launch this sponsor with Monta Sleep because this is one of my favorite products I've ever had in a long time. Again, I've never used sleep masks in my life, and now I'm catching myself not being able to sleep without it. So guys, use promo code JETS down below in the description to buy your sleep mask today. This is the Sleep Mask Pro. They also have an original one. They have awesome options. They have even a music one where you can lay down with it on with music blasting in your ears while you try to fall asleep. There's a lot of fun, different types of products on montasleep.com. So again, guys, click the link down below in the description to use promo code JETS to buy your sleep mask today. Woo! The ultimate darkness retreat. Exactly. My man gets it. So again, big time shout out to Monta Sleep for the first stream they're sponsoring of Jets Media. Very proud sponsor, and it is going to be fun. All right, guys, let's get back into the New York Football Jets, baby. I want to get your guys' thoughts of the NFL draft because I think... Oh, my man John, thank you for texting me, John. You just... Oh, typo in the banner. It's all good, though. Now we're good. So, let's get it going. Congratulations on the sponsorship, Richie. Thank you, Rich. Thank you so much. It really does help out the channel a lot with these sponsors. I'm sure Aaron Rodgers loves that Total Darkness mask as well. I'm telling you guys, it's a nice product. I would not be giving you guys some stuff about something that's not quality. This is freaking quality. You can just look at it, bro. Look at this thing. When I first got it in the mail, and I'm like, whoa, this is a sleep mask? Here, I'll put it on for you guys while we're on the topic. While we're on the topic, why not? I can't see anything. Even the ring light. I have a huge ring light looking at me. It's pitch darkness. So this is definitely perfect for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, if you're watching this, you would like the sleep mask if you want to just sit in complete darkness. That's hilarious. Oh my God. All right. Richie selling portable Shadow Realms. You know the vibes. That mask should be Jets colors for you guys. That would be pretty damn cool. But let's get back to the New York Jets. I want to get your guys' thoughts right now because the pick 13 is happening in 10 freaking days. I want to get your thoughts of who do you think the Jets are going to get at 13? Is it going to be an offensive tackle? Is it going to be a wide receiver? Is it going to be a defensive player? I think the Jets fans are coming together in agreement that the best offensive tackle available is probably the most likely scenario for the Jets. Now, which one is that going to be? Paris Johnson, Broderick Jones, Scott Aronsky. I mean, there's a lot of guys. I think that we're in a prime position at 13, but what if the Jets don't even take a tackle? What if they don't even... Darnell Wright's another guy that I think could be a good piece. So right now in the chat, let me know at 13, which player do you want the New York Jets to target? Do you want them to even take a player at 13 or you rather them trade back? Let me know right now in the description, in the chat. Getting O tackle is okay by me. Offensive tackle or wide receiver. Wide receiver at 13 or we failed, says Jets Forever. Which wide receiver you want? Can't even think about the Jets right now. It's all about the Knicks, baby. Now, this is a fact. I hear you. I'll be live later today on Knicks Media at 4 o'clock if you want to be talking about Knicks. Tackle still available in the 20s. Yeah, Dane, we could definitely trade back and acquire more capital if we want. We want Jalen Hyatt. All right, Jets Forever, I see you. Now, which tackle do you guys think is going to be available at 13? Because obviously, we're not all going to be, they're not all going to be available, right? All the top tackles, I think you can say 3 top tackles, and there's a 4th one as well. That's good. But realistically speaking, who do you guys see the Jets getting? I hate Jets, but Richie, you right. Well, Aaron, I appreciate you tuning in, even if you hate the Jets. That means a lot. Santana wants to center John Michael Schmitz. Now, I can see the Jets trading back and then targeting John Michael Schmitz as well. Because, listen, the center position is a glaring hole. And if the fact that the Jets did not sign Ben Jones yet really tells me that they are targeting a center. Now, I believe that they can either trade up with both of those second-round picks. And then another thing that's hanging over the elephant in the room is what, guys? That Aaron Rodgers is not a Jet yet, and the Jets could be trading for Aaron Rodgers during the NFL draft. That freaking could happen, by the way. Very likely that the Jets trade for Aaron Rodgers leading up to the draft, the day of the draft, while the Jets are on the clock. So that's also something to keep in mind. But hypothetically, if the Jets don't trade for Aaron Rodgers until after the NFL draft and we get to use all of our assets, then we have a lot of more wiggle room. And I think that the Jets could easily trade down from 13, take a center, or stay put at 13, trade up for a center. They are definitely going to go after a center in the NFL draft, if I had to guess. Broderick Jones, pick 13. I like that. I could see the Jets trading back and getting a Darnell Wright, Anton Harrison, or Schmitz. Yeah, me too. I like Darnell Wright. Now, he would be the right tackle for the Jets. And that's with the assumption that Mekhi Becton's left tackle, Darnell Wright's right tackle, and then Dwayne Brown's backup left tackle, Max Mitchell's backup right tackle. Now, you can definitely sell me on that offensive line. 100%. I like that. We got the first dono of the stream covered in sauce with a $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. It means a lot to the channel. Ayuk, Godwin, Higgins, Waddle are the only number 2 wide receivers I'd want over Lazard. We don't need another wide receiver. We need a tackle and center. Now, that's a good point. I think adding another wide receiver would be more of a luxury than a need, but you also want to surround Aaron Rodgers with as many weapons as possible. I like Allen Lazard. I like Garrett Wilson. I like McCall Hardman. We still got Corey Davis. We got Denzel Mims. But you add another big-time playmaker to that room, man, it really opens things up. But I think that the offensive line would be more of a luxury pick for the Jets, just from the standpoint of building this team properly, making sure Aaron Rodgers is upright. We got to be prepared for injuries. The offensive line was so injured last year, it hurt. It hurt all of our souls. We were like, damn, AVT's down, Makai's down, Dwayne's down, Fan's down. The list goes on. Max Mitchell's down, so we got to be prepared. So you can sell me on getting freaking 2 offensive linemen in the draft early on, for sure. But don't sleep on Joe Douglas getting his playmakers. The one thing I've learned about Joe Douglas as a GM for this team is that he is going to draft playmakers early if there's someone he loves that's available, or even trade up for them. Who would have thought that the Jets was going to draft Breece Hall last year? Nobody. Nobody thought that. He did. We assumed that he would target a wide receiver, and he gets Garrett Wilson at 10. And I don't think that he's done. The Jets are probably going to draft another running back, and they're going to draft another wide receiver. Now, how early in the draft, I don't know. Running back's not going to be early. That's going to be a pick probably they'll take later on. But it definitely seems like they're interested. And again, Joe Douglas has never not drafted a receiver and a running back. All 3 draft classes for the New York Jets, he's drafted a wide receiver and a running back every year, and I do not think that's going to change this season. I think that's one of his philosophies, where he wants to keep the playmakers on offense young and fresh and on cheap contracts, because just in case one of those players gets eligible to get paid, you still got someone cheap to be able to pay cheaply. That's kind of the philosophy. Always have a pipeline of young playmakers at those young positions. Breece! We would have made the playoffs, and Zach would still be our quarterback if AVT and Breece didn't go down. Interesting. Now, you think Zach would be the quarterback heading into next season, or do you think that it would have been obvious that he was riding off of the success of the run game and the defense? Do you think he would have got exposed eventually, come playoff time or something? Like, that's a good question. Dane, a pick as good as 13, we shouldn't be arguing over 4 tackles. If we have that many to choose from, we should trade back or narrow in on one best. Yeah, I agree, Dane. I think that the Jets have a board. Well, I don't think, I know that they have a board. And based on who's the best available when 13 is there, Joe Douglas is going to make the decision of trading back or taking a player. I doubt they're going to trade up from 13, though. Lazard is number 10 now, so Rodgers might not throw to him because Lazard is now wearing Love's number. Imagine. Back-to-back offensive line in the second round. So Jets Forever wants to go wide receiver in the first round, Jalen Hyatt, and then get 2 offensive linemen. So Jets Forever, who are your 2 offensive linemen you want them to get? Steve Avila? And who else? Matt says, it's very hard to find a really good edge rusher, so if I were the Jets, I'd draft Nolan Smith, who has a very high ceiling but low floor, and then go offensive line in the second round. That's a good point, Matt. Don't sleep on the Jets drafting defensive line in the second round. I know they like Thule. There's a lot of defensive linemen that are probably high on their list, and I think the defensive line, I mean, listen, the 2 most underrated players that I think are destined to break out in year 2 were both rookies last year on the defensive line, that being Jermaine Johnson and Michael Clemens. I think both of those guys are primed to break out. They have Quinnen Williams next to them. They got Carl Lawson. We still got Bryce Huff. We got depth. It's not like we're not good on the defensive line, but I think the Jets are going to be smart and get another versatile weapon at that defensive line spot. Maybe inside... Maybe in the second round, maybe third round. Actually, we don't have a third round pick unless we start doing some trades. Who is the Jets' best offensive lineman right now? Elijah Vera Tucker, for sure. Rodgers will still be throwing to Lazard regardless of what number he wears. Yeah, he was just teasing around. Guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. We got 108 people tuning in with 51 likes. We appreciate that. Let's go, baby. Let's freaking go. Healthy Beck is our best offensive lineman. Now, this is a good take from Jets Forever. Hey, if Mekhi Becton was healthy all his career for 3 seasons, I think that he'd be a top offensive tackle in the NFL. And that's not me just being delusional or whatever. That's basing it off of what he did as a rookie. That's what I'm basing it off of. The only reason why we have some skepticism of Mekhi Becton is because of his injuries. So a healthy Becton is definitely one of our better offensive linemen. I could agree with that. The fact that we have 2 young studs is a good problem to have. Am I right? If we're debating over AVT or Becton as our best offensive lineman, then we're doing good. Pick up the 5th-year option. I agree. You got to pick up Mekhi's 5th-year option. I think that's worth the risk. Because if you don't pick it up and then he has a dominant season, then all of a sudden he's a free agent. I think our draft will go down as we trade back to gain another 3rd-round pick. And we take one of the 4 offensive linemen or D linemen. Then in the 2nd round, we go center and wide receiver, linebacker in the 3rd. I can see that. Matt's coming up with really good trade situations. Godzilla Becton at left tackle. You know that. What's the word on a draft party? So there's not going to be an in-person draft party this year, unfortunately. But I am doing a draft stream. And I'm also going to be live on Bleacher Report, which is exciting. I'm going to be live on Bleacher Report for the draft. So you guys tune in to Bleacher Report, tune in to Jets Media. I'll be live at the same time. With D-Hop making it clear he wants no part of coming here, what does that say about the perception of the Jets? We're not contenders or just cheap? Maybe DeAndre Hopkins just doesn't want to come here because he wants... I don't know. I can't answer that. There's a lot of players, veterans that want to come here, and if one person doesn't want to come, he doesn't want to come. I wouldn't really read too much into it. Definitely not we're cheap, right? The Jets are definitely proving that they're not running with the cheap mindset. Maybe DeAndre Hopkins just doesn't see him as a fit in the offense, in the scheme, next to Garrett Wilson and Lazard. Because listen, we have kind of 2 top receivers already, Garrett Wilson and Lazard. So maybe he wants to go be like a 1B. To a Stephon Diggs. Hopefully not, right? Maybe we are working with Green Bay to take advantage of draft player position. Could be. I think that the Jets, with the Aaron Rodgers trade, it could go down to literally while the Jets are on the clock in the 2nd round or something. It literally could come down to getting him there. And I think the Jets have a lot of leverage heading into the draft. I really do. I know you guys don't want to hear that word, but we gotta. We gotta. New Jersey Jets, they play in the Meadowlands. Love the show, bro. Thank you, Thomas. I don't, what do you mean by the New Jersey Jets, though? Yeah, they play in Jersey, but you can see Manhattan right outside of MetLife. You feel me? At this point, I think the Rodgers trade happens post-draft. Yeah, Mitt Flair brings up a good point. It's very possible. And honestly, that benefits the Jets. That means we get to use all of our picks. It really does. Guys, do your boy a solid favor if you did not already. The goal is 100 likes. We are very close. 59 likes. Let's get it going, folks. Hit that thumbs up button. Thomas wants to draft a tackle and then get a center. Imagine the Jets go back-to-back offensive linemen at 13 and then in the 2nd round. They're, hey, I can do that. I can get around. I can definitely see that. Hit the like or Rodgers ain't coming. I better see all 138 of you guys smash the like button immediately. Bills play outside of the city of Buffalo. They should be Orchard Park Bills. Cowboys don't play in Dallas, so these dumb trolls with the New Jersey Jets, they're 7. I know, bro. It literally makes no sense. It makes no sense. This is exactly the Orchard Park Bills. Austin Cowboys. Yeah, man. I can't believe the draft is 10 days away, bro. 10 days away. We made it. Just join, smashing that like right now, Mark Anthony. Thank you, my friend. Welcome. Welcome. All right. I'm just going to give a quick warning. Any spam in the chat will be banned. We'll leave it at that. No spam in the chat. It's annoying. Jalen Hyatt will be the pick in round number 1. Does anybody else agree with Jets Forever on this? Or is he alone? D-Hop doesn't want to come to New York because he wouldn't get many targets with the receivers we have. Yeah, that's how kind of I looked at it. That's how I looked at it. I'm going to Portugal on Thursday. I'm going to be mad if the trade goes down while I'm gone. It's going to happen, man. Hopefully it happens. I don't care. He will not be there. Do you guys think that Aaron Rodgers will be a Jet by the trade? I'm annoying. You're annoying my chat. So I don't really care if I'm annoying to you, my friend. If you're annoying the people in my chat, I annoy you. How about that? I'm for my supporters, baby. For my Jets media fans. Same here, but Pats is more because Bill Belichick. What are you referring to, my friend? Am I missing that? Send that man to the shadow realm. It's going to happen in 3, 2, 1. Later. Later. To the shadow realm he goes. He spams in the chat, and then when I call him out, you're annoying, Richie. What? Don't spam in my chat, bro. Just block his loser troll self. Nobody likes him in real life, so he lives a fantasy here. That was deep. The Miami Jets are back at it again. You know it. Would you take Connor McGovern back? I don't know. As a last resort, I'd prefer the Jets to draft a center. But if that's what it comes down to, that's what it comes down to. Oh, yeah, how about that? Now I know what you guys are referring to. Chosen Anderson on the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, chosen. Not Robbie. Chosen. Chosen Anderson is the newest member of the Miami Dolphins, rather. I think that's interesting. Richie, I'm seeing a lot of people in the media acting so surprised that the Jets are 6th in Super Bowl odds. Jets? Jets to the Super Bowl? Yes, son. Jets to the Super Bowl. Ignoring our roster. Hey, man, listen. The people that you're referring to, they are going to stay shocked. And I also want to say this. Jets fans, we need to humble ourselves to the point where people are talking down on us. Let it happen. Because guess what? We have not proved anything yet winning. Last year, we had a phenomenal first half, and we crumbled. And our roster is great. We know how good we can be as Jets fans. We see the potential. We know how good our roster is. And if there's people out there laughing at the Jets and not giving us a chance, let them. We have to prove ourselves. Let the Jets prove them wrong. And don't be surprised if the talk keeps talking. Because we're the talk of the NFL, and some people are getting tired of it. And allow that. I like it. And I love that the main people talking are the people in the division because they're annoyed by it. They're used to being able to crap on the Jets as being a laughing stock. And in their minds, it's still the same thing. In their minds, we're still that same Jets that you can laugh at. And they can't accept the fact that this is a new era with the Jets. So they just live in their delusion of, oh, this is the same old 2-13 Jets. Let them think that. Let them. It's better that way. It's better that way, I'm telling you. Who do you want at 13? Great question. Let's get a tackle. I think a tackle is definitely where I want the Jets to go. Broderick Jones, Paris Johnson, probably not going to be available. I think the best tackle available. But if they want to get crazy, if they want to get spicy, then they'll take JSN. But I'm just saying, that's all. I don't know, man. This pick at 13 is so interesting because the easy answer is offensive tackle, but the flashy answers are different. And Joe Douglas is not as predictable as some may think in the draft. We need Rodgers first. Now, let's draft and then get Rodgers. Richie, many of us Packers fans want Rodgers to win in another Super Bowl ring. That's awesome. I personally will welcome any Packers fan rooting for the Jets. Because also, if the trade package includes a conditional pick, the Packers will start to root for the Jets because the better the Jets do, the better their draft pick is. So that happened organically, right? JSN might go the pick before us. Very likely. JSN all day at 13 and rack with offensive tackle in the second. I can see that. I can see that. What is your worst case pick at 13? This is a good question. I don't know. Worst case scenario? I guess there isn't. I mean, you're at 13. There's not a worst case scenario. Like, you're getting a top 13 player on your board. And I think Joe Douglas is going to be very happy with whoever's available. Unless he takes a position that no one's expecting. I mean, defensive tackle is a position that I wouldn't really be comfortable getting at 13 just because of having Quinnen Williams. And I'd rather take a defensive tackle later on. If JSN makes it to 13, you take him and find your trenches later in the draft, maybe even trade up for 1. Why do I have a gut feeling that Joe Douglas is taking him? I just really do. Because my entire time with Joe Douglas being the Jets GM, I'm always like, oh, he's going to go trenches, he's going to do this, and then he always goes playmaker. Always goes playmaker. And like, I just have a feeling that he wants to keep these Jets wide receivers young and talented for a long, long time. I can see JSN. I really can. That's my instincts. Yeah, the conditional picks are getting better, but the other picks get worse, so I guess it's even. JSN should be the pick. How do you guys feel about... I feel like JSN is kind of a polarizing... Not polarizing, but... How would you feel? What would your reaction be? The New York Jets take JSN out of Ohio State at pick number 13. Where's your head at? What's your thoughts of that? You happy? You not? What's your thoughts of that? JSN at 13, what's your reaction? But who's the quarterback? You know who the quarterback is, bro. JSN is pick at 13. What's your reaction? Let me know in the chat. I'd be happy because Garrett Wilson would be happy. Don't think they're both here long term, though. Why do you say that? Because you can't pay both of them? One of them will be here long term, if that's what you mean. Did you see Robbie Anderson is on the Dolphins? Don't you mean Chosen Anderson? JSN would be horrible, says Good Citizen. Interesting. Me and Garrett Wilson would be very happy. He's not so great that we ignore our bigger need at offensive line. Yeah, that's really the dilemma here. That is the dilemma. Are you confident in our running back room? I think the Jets should snatch up Gibbs in the second to complement Brees. I would not be shocked if the Jets draft another running back a little higher in the draft. The Jets are going to draft the running back, just a matter of when. He went to them to get locked down by Sauce and DJ Reed. Who are you talking about? People will complain about us having a wide receiver one. Who says we can't have two wide receiver ones? Facts. That'll solidify a Mims or Corey Davis departure. Get it? Offensive tackle is a huge need, though. So I want to get your guys' thoughts of the offensive tackles on the roster right now. If we go into week one with the offensive tackles right now, Dwayne Brown starts at left tackle. Mekhi Becton starts at right tackle. Max Mitchell as a swing tackle. What's your thoughts of that? And then we get a rookie. Maybe later on. I don't know. Because if you don't take an offensive tackle in the first round, that's pretty much what it's going to be. Right? That's what it's going to be for the Jets if we don't take an offensive tackle in round number one. That's where JSN at wide receiver at 13, it sounds flashy, it sounds fun, it sounds like something Joe Douglas would do. But then I'm like, wait, but are we really going to ignore the offensive line in the first round? Are you really going to put that much faith in Mekhi Becton and Max Mitchell in year two and the 38-year-old Dwayne Brown? Best case scenario is that the Jets go, in my opinion, get JSN and Dwayne Brown is healthy and Mekhi Becton is healthy and we're good and they're playing great football. I like Dwayne Brown at 38. I like Mekhi Becton, but it's just too much of a risk for me because they're both coming off injuries. That's why it's a big debate. It's a big debate about which way are the Jets going to go. Offensive tackle to solidify that position, or are they going to get flashy and get cute? Talk of Becton at left tackle, Richie. Less pressure on right knee. I prefer Mekhi Becton at left tackle, personally. I mean, Dwayne Brown's great, but how about Mekhi Becton at left tackle and Max Mitchell at right, and then Dwayne Brown as the backup? Or Mekhi Becton at left tackle, and then whoever we draft at right tackle. I wouldn't be mad if we drafted all offensive linemen and D tackles this draft. You got to sprinkle in some playmakers, but yeah, I agree. Trade back from 13, pick up an extra second this year, and take John Michael Schmitz before the Giants can. Yeah, I would love for the Jets to get John Michael Schmitz. I really would. Because, you asked the question, should the Jets start a center that's a rookie with Aaron Rodgers? John Michael Schmitz is ready to go, man. He's 24 years old. That's an old veteran college player that will step in and play immediately and hopefully play well. So if the Jets want to trade back, grab John Michael Schmitz, get more draft capital, and then maybe trade back up, get another tackle, I don't know. The Jets can get creative. Joe Douglas has pulled off magic before. Last year, he just was a magician. Getting Sauce, getting Garrett Wilson, trading up for Jermaine Johnson, trading up for Breece Hall. It was a masterpiece. And then getting the quality depth and the value picks of Michael Clemens, who's probably the most... And even like Michael Clemens and Max Mitchell, we haven't really seen a lot of Jeremy Ruckert, so you can't really talk about him. But the times that we've seen Max Mitchell play, that was a very good draft pick from Joe Douglas in the round number 4. Michael Clemens as well, his special teams impact, I mean, those are the value type of selections. And if Joe Douglas can do that again this season, we are going to be in great freaking hands, man. JMS is being overrated at this point. I'd rather wait for Weipler or even Tippmann. Yeah, I mean, obviously, John Michael Schmitz is not the only center in this draft class that would be a good pick. If the Jets want to wait for Luke Weipler in the second round, they could do that. And Avila as well. Jermaine Johnson can produce more than Lawson. Yes, he can. So can... Listen, the defensive line, I don't know who the starters are going to be because it's going to be John Franklin Myers, Quinnen Williams, Carl Lawson. Who's that fourth guy? Is it going to be Johnston, who we just signed? Are we going to get someone else next to Quinnen Williams? Is it going to be John Franklin Myers inside and have Jermaine on the outside? Maybe. But I think that the defensive line is doing really good things. Jermaine Johnson and Michael Clemens will be the truth in 23. I think that Jets fans are really excited about these two players in year 2, man. I just have a feeling that they're both going to go crazy. They really are. 96 likes. Come on, people. Let's get the 100. Yes. 100 likes. 3 more likes, baby. Let's do it. Jermaine about to have a statement year. Jermaine's about to be like, yeah, you thought Sauce, Garrett, and Brees were fun in rookie years, which they were. Sorry, I just took a little time to develop, which is completely okay, and Jermaine's going to explode. Jermaine had a solid rookie campaign. It wasn't anything close to what we had from Sauce or Garrett or Brees even when he was healthy, but he had some impact plays. That game against the Buffalo Bills when he had that amazing sack against Josh Allen, that's a different type of player, man. When you're able to get a guy like Josh Allen down behind the line of scrimmage trying to avoid and pick up yards with his legs, that tells you how good he is. And then we also have Bryce frickin' Huff. Who is your QB this year? Aaron Rodgers. Jermaine Johnson got that speed off the edge, and he also got power, which is awesome. So it does feel like the chat really is all in on Jermaine Johnson and Clemens next year. I love it. Tippmann is trash. Have you seen his film? Weipler needs some work. Won't be able to start this year. All right, so Jet Life is doing his homework on the interior offensive lineman in the draft. I can't wait to see who it's going to be, man. I can't. Dane's got a point. The chat is popping off. You love it. People going after each other. That's what this is all about. Go after each other. Can we talk safeties? Adams our guy at free safety this year. Tony Adams is a very, very slept-on player on this Jets roster. When he had limited playing time last year, he really sparkled. He flashed, man. He is a guy that can line up at nickel. He can line up in the box. He can line up at free safety. I like him a lot, man. I don't know if he's going to be the starter day one, but he's going to be a big-time piece to this Jets secondary. Don't sleep on my man. Why play JFM on edge, not interior? So the philosophy of having JFM on the edge is this. On running downs, like 1st and 10, you want to have John Franklin Myers on the outside to help with the run, against the run. That's where the Jets are at their best of stopping the run. And then when it's pass rushing downs, like 3rd down, JFM kicks inside, and then you sub in at someone like Bryce Huff, who is a pass rushing specialist. So that's kind of the idea. That's what makes John Franklin Myers so unique, is his versatility of kicking inside and outside. Now, he didn't have a phenomenal campaign last year or anything like that, but I think that he is definitely a good weapon to have to be able to move inside and out. So that's why I don't know why people are like, how come JFM should just be a defensive on the inside or vice versa? Well, why would you put him in a box? If he's versatile enough to do both, that's why. So I like JFM, man. I'm hopeful that he'll have a breakout season. No problem, my friend. Thanks for asking. It was a good question you had. Ashton Davis. I think this is going to be his last year as a Jet. He might not even make the 53-man roster. That's my prediction. We got Chuck Clark. We got Jordan Whitehead. We got Tony Adams. We got Will Parks. We got Ashton Davis. And we could draft a safety. I think Ashton Davis might be on his way out. But hey, I think he's quality depth. He had a game-winning interception last year against the Browns. He's solid on special teams. He just never really got his opportunities, and when he did get his opportunities, he didn't really take the most of it. So we'll see about Ashton Davis, but I see him as depth this year. And that's it. That's really, hold on, I'm just plugging in my laptop so I don't die on you guys. Oh, so I plug in my, that was interesting. Look at me, I'm frozen. I plug in my computer and then I freeze on you guys. Hold on. Technical difficulties, but we're back. Don't worry. I'm in the Matrix right now. I know you can still hear me. I'm back. Woo! Great frozen pick. Well, hopefully none of you guys took a picture of that. Hit the like, says Rich. Thank you, man. We got 111 likes. Jets fan says 1980. Those who rule us out this year so easily will be extremely surprised. Yes. I love having Jets fans who have been watching this team forever, since the 80s, the 60s, the 70s, whenever, have this much optimism about their team, man. It gives me a lot of excitement. It does. It gives me a lot of excitement. Richie has been hanging out with Green Bean too much. I wish I was. I love Green Bean. I'm going to be on a show soon. Great show, Richie. Love your energy, bro. Good citizen. Thank you so much, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. It's your energy in the chat that makes me feel this much energy as well. Am I right? Does that make sense? It's your energy in the chat that gives me my energy to give you whatever I give you. And by the way, if you're hearing a lot of banging in the back, you hear that? I am getting my bathroom redone. So there's lots of people working. In case you're wondering, what is that loud noise in the background? That's what it is. Quinnen Williams contract coming soon. You know that. You know that. You know that. Believe it. Zach will have a great preseason and we will have a great year. Hope so. Loving you at the round table. Thank you, Melvin. Appreciate that. Round table's been lots of fun. Ashton has 3 picks, 5 pass deflections, 3 forced fumbles, fumble recovery, 103 tackles, 71 solo, a tackle for loss, and a quarterback hit, and a sack, and 2 stuffs, etc. in minimal action. Ashton is great. He needs to start. You gotta love Jets forever. Where would we be without Jets forever? I don't know. Just glad man was waived. OMG. He cost us at least 3 games. Luckily, we got Morstead back, baby. Morstead's back. Why are we talking about Zach Wilson? Who's bringing up Zach? We don't need to talk about Zach Attack. So guys, I got a lot of draft content coming your way, but not on Jets Media. It's going to be on my other NFL channel, which is titled Touchdown Kingdom. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the channel by now. I just uploaded a brand new video on there this morning, and it was all about the top 5 quarterbacks in the draft. And I got a video coming out shortly about the top wide receivers in the draft as well. If you guys want to do your boy a solid, check that video out. It does help me out a lot on my YouTube journey. TDK stands for Touchdown Kingdom. So if you guys want to check out my top 5 quarterback in the NFL draft, click that link. Hit that like button on that video, watch the video, comment on the video, subscribe to Touchdown Kingdom. I got a lot of YouTube channels, and it does help me out if you guys can support me all over the place. Are you going to go live during a game on Mets Media? I don't know, probably not, but I'm sure you know Wardy NYM. He's my good friend, and I'm going to be on his channel throughout the season. Should I make a Mets Media video today? I wonder how many views that would get. I haven't posted a video on there in a long time. Any woman in a... All right, Thomas, I see you. Do you think the Jets will make the playoffs? I'll answer with this. They better make the playoffs. They absolutely better. This is the first time in a long time as Jets fans that we are going into a season expecting playoffs. Anything less is a disappointment. That's never been the case. It's the case for other fans with their teams, but not Jets fans. We're not used to that. Support Zach. Y'all weird for giving up on him. I agree with Jets forever. I don't know why people... Like, you don't have to say that he should be the starter this year. But you can still support him and hopeful that he learns from Aaron Rodgers and support him in his growth and hopefully that he develops and hope for the best for him. No reason to just shit on our own. That's how I look at it. But hey, it is what it is. 2011, 2010, 1999. Yeah, those are the only times where you expected playoffs, right? Richie, I want to see Jets versus Chiefs on primetime. I feel like we can actually go toe-to-toe and take down the defending champions. Whew. Sunday Night Football, maybe? Sunday Night Football, maybe? Hey, you can sign me up for that. You can definitely sign me up for that. Hope the Jets draft another cornerback for nickel coverage. I don't think they have to do that, Kevin. I have a lot of faith in Michael Carter II. I think Michael Carter II is going to be doing his thing. I like Michael Carter II in year number 3. He had a solid season last year. I don't think that they need to replace him, personally. Where the hell is Rodgers anyway? I want to know what he's doing right now. He is meditating in darkness. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of Giants fans chalk us up as an easy dub. There's no reason why we shouldn't obliterate their weak roster. Hey, the Jets beat the Giants their last 2 meetings. Let them know that. Richie was a sapling then, but 1999, it was still new to me. Yeah, I was 1 year old, so I didn't get to experience that season, man. But I know what you're talking about. MC2 is so slept on. He's a baller. I couldn't agree more. Side note, how loud will MSG be Friday night? Go Knicks. I'll be there Sunday, and it's going to be crazy. Any of my Knicks fans in the chat, I'll be live at 4 p.m. to discuss the Knicks playoffs. Should we pick up Zach Wilson's 5th-year option? Luckily, we don't have to do that until next year. So next year is when you have to worry about that, not now. Jets on Hard Knocks seems like a done deal. Is that true? I don't know if I like that. That's just going to add distraction. I don't like it. But it is. It's all right. We'll get cool coverage, but we'll see. Let's go Knicks. You know the vibes. I'm excited for the most anticipated Jets season in franchise history, but for now, the 2023 is Knickerbocker season. Yes, sir! How about them Knicks? I know you guys want me to talk about the Knicks right now, but we're going to hold that off until 4 p.m. on Knicks Media. If you guys are Knicks fans, make sure you check out Knicks Media at 4 o'clock. We're going to be diving deep into them. Bing bong. I think the Jets need to sign a veteran wide receiver to add to the room. I'm thinking Jarvis Landry or Julio would be good for Garrett Wilson's growth. Well, I think we all know which wide receiver is coming. It's going to be Randall Cobb. Probably. That 2015 Jets vs. Giants comeback win was great. Brandon Marshall in the end zone. Oh, yeah. I'll give Zach Wilson one more chance at the Hall of Fame game. If he goes 3 for 14, 50 yards and a pick, he is toast. Yeah, man, maybe he can have a beneficial season learning. Guys, if you're just tuning into the show, hit that thumbs up button. We got, how many likes we got right now? 126. Can we get to 150? Woo, 150 likes. That'll be fun. You guys are having, this is a great stream, man. This is a great stream. Stay hydrated, folks. Who is the Jets QB going to be? Aaron Rodgers. 49ers going to scope it. No, he's not, John. No, he ain't. Am I the only one not worried about it, or is there a lot of people worried still? Can we get 200 likes, please? Now, that might be asking for a lot, but that would be crazy, Mark, wouldn't it? Jamal Adams hit his peak against the Giants and arguably got him sold to Seattle with that strip 6. Bro, that play of him stripping Daniel Jones was legendary, not going to lie. Noon equals the best stream time. Is that so, Dane? That's good to know. Because I do want to get into kind of a routine. So maybe noon will be my slot time. Monday through Friday, Jets Media is live at 12. Actually, I can on Wednesdays, but hey, we'll make it work. I want Quan Alexander back. What's the deal? Me too. It does seem like the Jets want to draft his replacement instead, but luckily Quan's not signed yet, so if the Jets are not able to get his replacement, they can bring him back. But I prefer to bring back Quan. Everyone's liking the noon streams. Am I copying Pat McAfee though? Melvin is worried because Woody Johnson is involved. Don't be worried, Melvin. Packers literally holding up our whole offseason budget for pettiness. I know. We're going to look back. When the trade happens, we're going to look back at the months of the dragged out process of getting Aaron Rodgers and laugh at it. Like, oh, remember that, guys? That stunk. And we're still in the middle of it. But it's going to happen, and we're going to be excited that it's over with. Every day Quan is not signed, his price goes down. That's true. And remember, folks, we signed Quan Alexander last year in the damn summer and got him on a crazy deal. Crazy deal. Richie's going head-to-head with Dr. Disrespect. Ballsy move, but I respect it. Does he go live at noon as well? What up, Dr. Disrespect? Jets Media is live. I'm taking all your viewers. The Rodgers deal is done. It will come down to who's available at 13. My gut says they want JSN. I don't think 13's involved, man. I really don't. Unless it's a swap of 13 and 15. All they do is ramble on McAfee, talking about stuff that makes no sense half the time. Who's not at workouts besides Q you know of? Aaron Rodgers. Wink, wink. The fact that we all here and popping off, you know that. After Quan's productions, it's odd the Finns haven't reached out. Facts. I mean, the Finns just want every single good player on the Jets that's available, right? Carter at 13. I don't think he will be available at 13. I don't. But if he is, I'm sure the framework for a Quinnen Williams deal is done. They just can't pull the trigger till they know the final price, etc. on the Rodgers to fit in. I agree. I am not worried about Quinnen Williams' contract. That's going to happen. For sure. So the swap is what you're referring to? Yeah, listen. If the deal has to be a swap, the Jets move back to 15, so be it. If that's what gets the Rodgers trade done, all right. You think Lamar's going to get paid after Jalen's contract? I do. I mean, you can tell that the Ravens are being aggressive to keep Lamar just from the standpoint of them giving OBJ that deal. I don't know when it's going to happen, but hopefully for the Ravens' sake of things, it will. I don't know. John says, I'm a Packers fan. Let's get this deal done. A 2nd and 23 and a 2nd and 24. Call it good. I'm down for that, John. I like that. Braden Mann, best Steeler acquisition of all time. A Jets fan in Steelers country. Braden Mann, good riddance. Good Citizen says, I'm subbing, Richie, because you respect everyone's opinion. People use their precious time to listen to you guys, and other creators actually disrespect and demean people that listen. Well, I appreciate that, man. I think everyone's opinion deserves to be talked about. Because, in my opinion, in the sports world, there's no right or wrong. Unless we're talking about a factual report, it's all opinions. You can disagree. Sports talk is about disagreeing. It's about debate. It's about analysis. And it's my job as a Jets content creator to, create a space and a community where we can all voice our opinions together and talk about it. If people says something that I disagree with, I'll tell them, but I'll give them my side in a respectful way. That's how I go about my business, and I appreciate you for acknowledging that, my man. Packers fans don't even want to washed up 40-year-old Rodgers. Jets fans are pathetic for settling. Yeah, 40-year-old washed-up quarterback that's a year removed from back-to-back MVP awards. And, yeah, you're just a troll. Ha, ha, ha. Later. We just want to be heard, even if JF isn't wrong. True. Let's go. Damn, Richie, full-time Jets content creator, part-time life lessons coach. Well, if you guys knew what I do on the side, you know where I get it from. Anyone that's tapped into my personal life knows where that stuff comes from, right? Who is our quarterback after Rodgers? Great question, Melvin. I think the Jets are looking for it to be Zach Wilson. That's probably how they want to get it done. But they could also draft a quarterback this year late, which I don't know if I would be in favor for. I don't know. It's a hard question to answer, Melvin. It really is. I wish I knew. Who do you think will be the most improved player on the offense and defense side of the ball? This is a cool question, Tyler. I like that. Most improved player on defense is Jermaine Johnson. Most improved player on offense is Tyler Conklin. Boom. They knows. Who do you guys think will be the best and most improved players? Jets Forever's laughing at me. I just hope Conklin doesn't pop every pass 20 feet into the air again. He did it like once or twice. But I get you, man. He definitely has to play better. I just think that with Aaron Rodgers, he's going to have a good season. Jermaine Johnson and Jeremy Ruckert. I like the Ruckert pick. I hopefully he gets more playing time. Before anyone gives up on Zach, take a closer look at the career path of Drew Brees. Zach has elite traits. Zach Wilson does have elite traits. Physically. And I've said this countless times. It's about him connecting the mind to the body and him being a leader and him holding himself accountable. There's a lot of things that Zach has. The reason why he's a second overall pick. And unfortunately for him, it didn't work out. So let's hope for the best. Becton and JJ. I expect Jermaine Johnson to take a big step this season. Brees comeback player of the year, JJ on D. All right. I think the most improved player will be Michael Clemens. He's going to blow up this season. Jet up. All right. I like that. Offense most improved will be Laken Tomlinson because he was so bad. Even if he's average, he'll be comeback player of the year worthy. Defense will be Quincy Williams. Guaranteeing he's a Super Bowl. These are two really good picks from Hawk. Laken Tomlinson's a great pick because he absolutely needs to bounce back. Okay? We gave him a big contract. He was a damn Pro Bowler for the Niners the year before we brought him in. The only thing we can say that's good about Laken Tomlinson is availability. So let's see him play better. And I love the Quincy Williams pick. I think he's a very underrated piece to this team. I'm very happy the Jets re-signed that man. All right, folks, we're going to wrap up today's show right now. If you guys did not already, please consider hitting that like button. If you already did hit the like button, I greatly appreciate that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well if you're indeed new to the channel. A big shout out to the sponsor of today's live stream, which you guys heard already, which is Monta Sleep. We're going to be talking about Monta Sleep for a long time here on the channel. We got a nice contract with them, and I want to thank them for sponsoring today's show. It really does mean a lot to the channel, guys. Just want to say thank you for all you guys showing all the support here on the channel, because without you, all these sponsorships would not be possible here on Jets Media, and it really does mean a lot to me that you guys continuously show all the support here on the channel. Share the video with your friends, with your family, with your aunties, with your uncles, with all around. And I appreciate you guys having a fantastic, what is today? Monday afternoon. So thank you all in the chat. It was a really active chat today. A lot of banter, a lot of love, a lot of hate. It's the usual stuff, man. All right. Thank you all. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Let's go Jets. And if you are a Knicks fan, I'll be live on Knicks Media at 4 p.m. Let's go. Dreamy Richie because of my new deal. I love that. All right. Love you all. I'm out. Peace.